Yeah, it's a tough call between our front runners here, but I would have to say Mahindra, Kioti, RK, Kubota, John Deere. Okay, so in that case, John Deere, RK tractors, Kubota, Kioti, Mahindra, LS. Kubota, John Deere, Kioti, RK, Mahindra. Hi, and welcome back to Purple Collar Life and another video in our Tractor Decision Series. This video is all about brand and does brand matter. There should be lots of comments down below and discussion on does brand matter, and everyone's going to have an opinion because everyone seems to have a favorite when it comes to tractor brand and tractor color. So there's a lot of things people consider when they talk about tractor brand. Now at the start of this video I made a couple different lists, and I'm not going to tell you what list was for what, but I would say if I was looking at a tractor new or used today and deciding by brand, there's a couple things I would consider. How close is the dealership that will service that brand to my house? So I'd make a list of distance to the dealerships and then rank them in that order. Number two, what is the value of that brand? So what gives you the most features for the best bang for your buck? Number three, who has the best service record and who has the best service department? So there are some tractor dealerships that don't really have full service departments. Now they might have service departments for a lawn tractor, but they don't have service departments for a subcompact tractor or a compact tractor or even a farm tractor. And that kind of brings me to another list, and it's going to depend on what size tractor you're getting. Maybe if you're looking at a 25 horsepower tractor, your preferences would be different than if you're looking at a 75 or 100 horsepower tractor. So let's start with, does brand even matter? And I'll tell you, my opinion on this has changed, and a couple things have changed that opinion. Now, just 7 short years ago, when I was shopping for a subcompact tractor used, brand absolutely mattered to me. My number one choice was John Deere, and you can see I ended up with a John Deere. Now, there's a couple reasons for that. Two main ones are, I was only considering John Deere or Kubota. Those were the only subcompact tractors 7 years ago that I would even consider purchasing used. And then the second thing I considered that narrowed that from 2 tractors to 1 was distance to the dealership. I've got a really reliable John Deere dealership not far from my house. And I know the owner, and I know the main salesperson, and I know the parts guy, and I know the service team there, because it just happens to be the same place I bought all my Stihl equipment over the years. So those decisions were fairly easy to me, either John Deere or Kubota, and then narrowed it to John Deere because of the location of the dealership, the relationship I have with the team at that dealership, and the distance to the dealership if this needed some work, or if I need to go get parts, or if I just need to call somebody up and ask, hey, what do you think's going on here? I knew that the local John Deere dealership would take care of me. But not long after I bought this tractor, I started to see things with a little bit more wide vision. I saw Outdoors with the Morgans take 3 RK tractors and use them on their channel. And I saw a Rural King store go in not that far from my house, where I could actually go to the store, see the tractors, and as you saw in several videos, test drive those tractors and develop a nice relationship with the salesman at that RK Rural King store. But then as I became more and more interested in tractors and was watching more and more YouTube, I saw some channels that had some Kioti tractors, and they were pretty impressive. So I went to the local Kioti dealership, which is only about an hour away from my house, and I was impressed with those tractors. And then I saw some more YouTube channels that had Mahindra tractors, also super impressive machines. I saw some channels that had LS tractors. I saw some channels that had Kubota tractors that I had never even seen before, Kubota models that I had never seen available. And kind of my view on tractor brand changed a little bit. I was no longer thinking that John Deere and Kubota were the only options in the world for me. If you ask me today how many options there are, there's quite a few, because I wouldn't limit it just to those orange and green tractors anymore. I'd also consider a little off shade of orange. I'd also consider a red tractor. So over the past 5 years or so, I'd say that those competition brands for John Deere and Kubota have really stepped up their game. A, in their design, B, in their value, because you're getting a lot of features included for the price point, C, in their service and support. These dealerships are taking care of and maintaining those tractors. D, in their warranties. Some of these tractor brands that are not John Deere and Kubota offer really nice warranty coverage. So if I'm not quite as brand narrow as I used to be in my thinking, how would I decide on a tractor today, new or used? Well, I'm a spreadsheet guy, so I would definitely make a spreadsheet. And there would be lists of advantages to each brand. There would be lists of distance to the dealerships. There would be lists of service and support, parts availability. Would that dealership come to my house, like my John Deere dealership has, pick up my tractor, take it up and work on it, and bring it back to me for no pickup and delivery charge? Would that dealership take care of me over the phone if I explained a problem to me and give me troubleshooting tips to help me work through it without having to schedule a service appointment or have someone come out here and look at the tractor? Do they have that kind of knowledgeable staff, and do I have a relationship with them where I can call them and trust the information they give me? And value. Value is extremely important to me. I work really hard for my money, and I'm sure you do too. So when it comes to comparing tractors side by side, and you see price differences, especially when you option them up to the same level. So for example, if I'm going to do a build and price on a John Deere compact tractor, I want to have the same features I would get in the Kioti, the RK, the Mahindra, the LS, and see how those prices compare. Chances are good the John Deere is going to be higher. The question is, how much higher, and is the benefit of my John Deere dealership being just up the road worth that price differential? Those are decisions that only you can make for yourself. And those are decisions that I would definitely have to consider. Because yes, I've had a lot of good luck with my John Deere tractor, and yes, I've had a lot of good luck with my John Deere dealership. But Kioti dealership's not that far away, RK dealership's not that far away, Kubota dealership is not that far away. My problem with my local Kubota dealership has always been they mostly deal in larger farm tractors, not as much in the small, compact, and subcompact tractor sizes. And I'll be honest, I've had a couple problems with dealerships where I've walked in to look at tractors, and I can tell right off the bat that the salespeople have not done their research. I walk into that building and I already know more about the machines that I'm looking at than they do. And that is hugely disappointing. I've always felt like if I'm a car salesman or a tractor salesman or any type of equipment sales person, anytime I'm not directly with a customer and I have a couple minutes, I need to be reading those brochures, going through the manuals, understanding as much as I can about that machine so that I am a knowledgeable resource when someone comes to me with questions, or so that I can explain something to someone as I'm showcasing it on the dealership lot. And I found that a couple of dealerships are missing that component. On the opposite side of that, some dealerships are really good at it. I will say the local Kioti dealership here, and the salesman's name is Mark. I'll give him a quick shout out. He does an outstanding job. He can walk you up and down that row of Kioti machines and tell you everything about every tractor he has there. And if there is something he doesn't know, which I haven't found yet, he will find that answer and get it back to you quickly. The other thing I would recommend is doing a lot of YouTube research. So I have watched a lot of videos. There's a lot of content creators I really like, and they have made me think about tractors that previously I wouldn't have thought about. So Mallard 5 Farmhouse, they have had great luck with their LS machines. RCAF Polar Express, Dave, one of our favorite viewers and commenters, he has a Mahindra tractor that makes you want to go out and buy Mahindra. He does amazing projects with that thing. It runs and runs and runs, and he really talks about how good that tractor has been to him. And I think that's impressive. When you can get real world experience from people who have owned and used these tractors, I think that is more valuable than any glossy sales sheet you can look at with the benefits and features according to the manufacturer. Another bit of research I would do is getting on the forums or the Facebook groups. There is a Facebook group for everything out there. So I am on a John Deere compact tractor Facebook group. I'm on just a regular John Deere Facebook group. I'm on a Kioti Facebook group. I'm on an RK Tractor Facebook group. And you can get a lot of information on those groups. But beware, you will get a lot of the squeaky wheel. You will hear a lot more complaints than praise. You'll see a lot of great pictures of brand new machines, but you'll also get to read through those comments and see issues that people really have, compliments that people really give about their equipment, pictures and videos of that equipment in action, and a lot of times you'll find other YouTube content creators to watch and see how they're using their RK tractor, their Kioti tractor, their John Deere 1025R. There's a lot of information available online from people who have and use tractors every single day. So I always recommend doing all your research before making a decision. I always say there's no hurry. Take your time, do your research. Hey, I've been tractor researching for 3 or 4 years now. And A, it's fun, and B, it allows you to make an informed decision. So does brand matter? I don't think, in my opinion, as much as it used to. But I think brand might matter depending on all those other variables we talked about. Distance to dealership, knowledge of the salesperson, history and reliability of the sales and service and parts department, availability of parts and service. Those are all things you want to consider. So I highly recommend start that spreadsheet, give yourself point values for different categories, and look at all your options. Don't roll anything out right off the bat, but if you see some red flags, go ahead and roll that brand out. So in the end, ultimately, when you make a decision, you're the one that's going to have that tractor and possibly that tractor payment for however long. So personally, it doesn't matter to me what brand tractor you find best for you. I think that each person can make their own decision based on all those variables we've discussed. What I will tell you is, once you find one that you really like, you'll probably keep it and want to add to the fleet. Because I think these things are addicting. They do so much work. And they not only make work more fun, but they make work a little bit easier. So you're not hurting your back, your arms, your legs. As we all get older over time, it's nice to have machines that can help with that hard work. Thanks for watching. Leave your comments down below on tractor brand, what it means, what's your favorites, what machines you have, and where you are, what you use those machines for. I think that'll be helpful to all the people watching the video and reading the comments. Stay tuned for our next part in the Tractor Decision Series tomorrow, and we'll see you again the next time. Thanks for watching. Click that thumbs up button.